Welcome back to our next session in search of the unlimited true Father Christmas. We are here to celebrate one of the greatest celebrations, that is Christmas, which is observed worldwide by the families, friends, relatives, and it's also a special attraction for the children for them to receive gifts from this well-known mythical figure Santa Claus, who plays very important role here. This Christmas brings happiness not only to Christians but also all other religions celebrate this, and there is so much of gifts, sharing of gifts.
Yes.
Christmas cake, sweets, joy, happiness, laughter. And also, this does not bring happiness only to the children, but to all the members of the family, whether they are young or old.
Yes.
And also the neighbors, families, friends, relatives. So, this is a very joyous moment. We're going to touch on spiritual aspect of Christmas and also the Christmas tree.
Yes. Yes. Very good.
Wishing you all and your family very happy Christmas and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. As usual, we have with us Brother Bubbles, who is taking us through the spiritual glimpses of Christmas. Om Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti.
Tell us something, as you have been around different parts of the world. Share or express your feelings of joy of Christmas.
Okay,
With
wonderful.
our viewers.
Firstly, Om Shanti, good morning, and I'm wishing you all a wonderful, happy, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Today we're going to talk about the Christmas tree. And I've got a slide here. The Christmas tree is also known as the tree of life, the Kalpa tree, the tree of variety forms of religions, and also
Genealogical tree.
the genealogical tree. Very good. Genealogical means you can trace your ancestry way back in time through this method of the tree. So, Christmas to me, as I grew up, is a day of fun, joy, happiness, splendor. And when I was a child, what I admired about the Christian religion is they used to invite every other religion, especially on Sunday school and Christmas Day. And they used to wrap up the gifts so lovely. And I was so excited that this Christian religion is offering these gifts to everyone. And at that time we were below the average class, and it gave me so much of splendor and joy. But this act of charity remained within the soul for a very, very long time, because I was very interested in going very deep into this Christmas occasion. But now that I've found the truth, I want to share this with the rest of the world. But also, another experience, when my children grew up, on Christmas Eve or early in the morning, we will put the gifts. The missus and I will put the gifts beneath the tree with the names of the kids. And the kids will wake up first thing in the morning. They'll go into the Christmas tree and say, "Wow, look at my gift." They were so excited. But they really thought Santa Claus have given them these gifts. But true, Santa Claus does give us the gifts of knowledge Yeah, but as the kids grew up, when they became teenagers, I cannot lie to them anymore. And I had to tell them the truth that Santa is not actually giving these gifts. It's an incognito aspect. Yeah? Because the soul is incognito, Santa is incognito, the supreme power is incognito. So they were very disheartened. But there is nothing better than the truth. Yeah? Because a child has to grow up to be a man. A girl has to grow up to be a woman, to face the challenges of life. Not lies, but the truth.
Yeah. So wonderful, amazing, Bhaiji. Bhaiji, brother means Bhaiji in Hindi. So sometimes I'll be using being Hindu background. Don't I request my viewers not to worry. Don't.
Be flexible.
Be
It's
flexible.
okay.
So I'll be, using Bhaiji to address brother Bubbles. So forgive me for that. Now, let us talk about something. This Christmas tree.
Yes.
Bhaiji, it's so beautifully adorned with so many beautiful, small, colorful balls, glittering lights, bulbs, and also, a big star at the top and the boots, and the most fascinating thing is so many variety of gifts placed at the bottom of the tree. What all these items represent?
Okay, this Christmas tree is actually so beautiful, so beautifully adorned. But there's a greater meaning behind this tree. Yeah? Every religion has the symbolic of a tree. And it is said, when you sit under a tree, all your desires are fulfilled. But take a look at this Christmas tree.
But that is with regard to Kalpa tree. Even people from Christian background also, they think that all their desires become fulfilled sitting beneath the tree, this Christmas tree.
Because the gifts are placed under the tree, but they do not realize these gifts are the gifts of knowledge and power, virtues, treasures, from the supreme seed of the tree. So this presentation picture, if you look on the left, it's the tree of the West, which is the Christians and other Western religions. Yeah. But if you look on the right hand side, the very same tree is explained differently in the East. Yeah. But the East has come before the West.
Yes.
So this is why this knowledge originates in the East. But let's look at the explanation of the tree. Look above the tree. There's a huge, beautiful star.
Yeah.
Yeah? They make it huge because the Creator, Father Christmas, is our Divine Father, the Creator of heaven. He is represented as a star, and truly, in his physical and spiritual form, is a bodiless image, just a point of light, shiny star. This is why they say Jehovah. Jehovah means light. Shiva means light. Allah means light, Nur. Yeah? And also the Buddhists refer to him as the supreme energy, the supreme soul. So that is why he is placed up top of the tree and also beneath of the tree, because after every 5,000 years he will go on the top. And in the beginning of the 5,000 years the tree will start growing up, which is between the ages, which is Kali Yuga, Sati Yuga, the Iron Age and the Golden Age. So everyone in this world have a feeling that one day God will descend into this physical plane, which we'll explain later, yeah, and give us knowledge, and this knowledge becomes power, yeah. So, but look at this tree, the way it's adorned with Christmas lights and these colorful balls.
Yeah.
They denote the souls of the different religions, different color, different creed, different races, different culture. Can you imagine if there was only one color people in this world?
So boring it would be.
Yeah, it will be so boring. So, this tree has also got one boot. Yeah, God, because He's bodiless, He cannot travel. The sledge means that He's traveling in a chariot. Chariot means a subtle body. Yeah. So the one boot is the boot of the first angel of God, and he was in his physical form. So it means that one boot is in the physical plane here on the tree, and the second boot is got 1 foot in the subtle region. Subtle region meaning the angelic world. Yeah, first angel, which is the number one soul of the world. So God takes the subtle body of the number one soul and makes him a true angel, and that is the Adam soul, known as Adam in the west, but also known as Krishna in the east. Yeah. So this is the beauty of this tree. But as you go higher up on the tree, there's one angel. But it's just symbolic of many angels. Yeah, but they put one angel on the tree because the tree will be very heavy and it will fall. So as you become elevated, you become close to God. You become God-like. So by imbibing knowledge from God, powers, purity especially, you become a true angel. So this is why the angel is placed near the supreme star.
Okay. So, well, Bhaiji, after knowing the explanation from spiritual perspective about this Christmas tree, let us know something about Santa Claus. Who is he? Santa Claus.
Wonderful.
You know, always he's shown so mature, old, with the big belly, and always carrying so many gifts, in his carriage or in a chariot.
Yes, yes.
And special feature of him really that made me think very deep, that he enters everyone's home by the chimney, dirty chimney.
Through the chimney, yes.
Through the chimney, and then, when every one of them are sleeping at night.
Yes.
What all this signify? Significance of all these things. Please explain to our viewers.
Okay, wonderful. Santa Claus is actually God, the Supreme Father, and the first angel. Yeah.
And so also he been, dressed in. They show dressed in white and red.
Okay.
What does it mean?
Take a look at this other slide of the soul world. God, all this is an inverted tree of souls in the soul world where all souls reside. When the soul world is full, when all souls leave the body and go up into liberation with the Supreme Seed, the Supreme Father. So if you look at this background, it's red divine golden light. Santa is symbolic of the Father, the Creator. Yeah. Shiva, who takes birth here in the land of Bharat in India. So the red denotes the Creator, and the white of Santa denotes the first angel. So angels are always in white. So red and white, two souls. The Supreme Soul and the number one angel is riding in the sledge. The sledge is the chariot. But coming back to the tree of life, he will come down through the chimney, meaning that he's coming into this dirty world, the Iron Age, the age of ignorance, darkness, blind faith, where there's a lot of anger, fighting, lust, greed, jealousy, gossiping, ego, lots of sorrow. He's coming into the dirty world to put right what has gone wrong. Yeah? So he does it, but however, with so much of love,
Compassion.
yeah, and purity, power, and he gives these gifts of knowledge. So every soul changes through the power of knowledge. So he has one thought of changing this Iron Age world into the Golden Age world. And he gives this thought to the number one soul, which is the Brahma soul, who is this Adam soul, and also the Krishna soul. So, why he takes the number one soul is to make him back into that first prince of heaven. Yeah, in Satya Yuga, in the Golden Age. So he comes into this darkest night of mankind, meaning when everyone is sleeping in the sleep of ignorance, darkness, blind faith. They call it Kumbhakanas in Hindi, to awaken those who are sleeping. Yeah. So he comes down and he puts these gifts of knowledge beneath the tree. And this is why it's an incognito aspect, that when you wake up in the morning, you see the gifts. But it's actually gifts of knowledge, virtues, treasures, powers. It's a subtle aspect, not a physical aspect.
Well, after knowing this beautiful aspect of Santa Claus and gifts and all, again we'll go back to the tree, Christmas tree,
Yes.
Bhaiji. This Christmas tree is also known as the tree of life, or as the tree of variety forms of religions.
Yes, yes.
And in Hindi we call it Kalpa tree.
Yes.
Kalpa means cycle. It's a cycle of tree.
Yeah.
And also it's a genealogical tree. Now tell us something, as any other tree, this tree has also got so many parts, sections, Bhaji,
Yeah.
like roots, trunk and all. But tell us something about, as you told, this is the tree of variety forms of religions.
Yeah.
Which section, which part of the tree represented by which religion?
Okay.
And the most essential one is who is the seed of the tree?
The seed. Yes.
The seed of the tree.
Okay.
Because, for any tree to grow, or it will germinate from
Yeah.
a seed.
Exactly.
So, who the seed of this Kalpa tree?
Okay, very, very good. Take example. If you hold a seed in your hand, yeah, and take a look at the Christmas tree, also known as the Casaline tree or the pine tree, or an hypothetical example, the gum tree. We're holding a seed in our hand, yeah, but this is a very huge tree.
Yeah.
So you are actually holding the potential of a huge tree in your hand. So the whole tree, this huge tree, is contained within the seed. Yeah? So too, the supreme seed, the supreme soul, has a part to play in this drama. Yeah? And when a seed germinates, firstly, if you look at this picture, the roots form. Yeah? The roots is what sustains the tree. The higher the tree, the deeper the roots. Yeah? Because to give it strength. Yeah? So as the roots develop in the ground, the shoots develop. And the first two leaves of the tree is the number one souls, the number one couple of the tree, which God, who works very close to God. Yeah? This is the Adam and Eve soul, Adam and Bibi soul in the west, and also the Radha and Krishna soul in the east. Because through the purpose of rebirth, they take this birth in the copper age. Yeah? So now, we souls are also seeds. Yeah? This knowledge is also contained inside the soul. The whole tree of life and the cycle of birth and death is recorded inside the soul, in the subconscious mind. Because the soul consists of the mind, intellect, subconscious mind. So everything is recorded in the subconscious mind. So the tree, the seed of the main tree is the supreme soul, the eternal seed, the supreme seed. And he sustains the whole tree with his godly children. Yeah? Beneath the tree with the roots. Yeah? So initially the roots develop, and all the souls that are close to him sustain this whole tree, because through this meditation power, God only needs 900,000 souls to resonate at his frequency with purity, cleanliness, power. So a lot of people ask this question: why you say God's closest children? Yeah? If I ask a man outside or a woman outside, let's become pure, abstain from lust, anger, jealousy,
greed,
gossiping, greed, they will say, are you crazy? Yeah? So not all souls will follow the directions of God. But these souls who come into the roots are the special children of God. Not every soul can do what they can do. Yeah? Because they choose to become pure. So when you wear a white dress, it symbolizes purity. Purity in every thought, word, deed, action, to be egoless, lustless and viceless. This is the symbolic of the white. Because we make effort to remain pure. So this is the beauty of working with God. But those who make this effort also receive the fruit. Those who do not make effort cannot receive the fruit. So effort is required even in a school. You have to study to pass.
Yeah.
You have to study to get a better birth in your next birth. So everything depends on what you do in this birth. So your next birth you can flourish with peace, prosperity, power, knowledge, happiness. So this is why some choose to work with God and become God's helpers. So those souls who are beneath the tree, they become the rosary of the tree. If you look at the picture on the right hand side, they are seated beneath the tree. They fill this whole tree with power. Yeah? And what do you know about the rosary? Every religion turned the beads of this rosary. Yeah?
Yeah. Every religion has got importance for this rosary.
Yes. But they don't realize that turning the beads of the 108 souls who are closest to God. The tassel of the rosary means the Creator, the Supreme Soul.
The seed of the tree.
And then there's 2 seeds beneath the tassel, which is the number 1 couple. Then the 108 beads. So these souls are closest to God beneath the tree that gives the nourishment of love, peace, joy, bliss, truth, purity, power to the whole tree of the variety forms of religions, the whole Christmas tree, the genealogical tree. So God descends in Bharat, known as Shiva. Yeah, the Supreme Soul is known as Shiva, hence the term Shiv Jayanti. He creates the Brahma Kumari's world spiritual university. And in the Gita it says God speaks, the only scripture that says God speaks.
Bhagwan Vach.
Yes. So he is now giving the true knowledge of the true Gita, how the world cycle starts, 5,000 years starts, how it goes through the middle period and how it will end, how we have to start making effort to prepare for the return journey. So the Brahma Kumari's World Spiritual University is created not by man, directly by the Creator Himself. So these are the souls who will transform themselves, take this knowledge and give the knowledge to the rest of the world, so the rest of the world can transform themselves.
But what about, as you said, this university is called, World University, Brahma Kumari's World University.
Yes.
Only Hindus can become part of this university, or this, anyone or anyone from any religion can be a student of this university?
This university caters for all races, religions, creeds. Because what happened in the Copper Age, the first destruction took place after first 2,500 years. God is so smart. Yeah, His religion, this religion of the deities became Hindus. The Hindus have converted the religion into Christianity, Muslim, Islamism, Buddhist. They are scattered all over the world. Yeah, these are the ones who will take this knowledge again. So God has His children placed evenly around this whole universe. University means for the whole universe. So when they practice yoga and meditation, if it's 4 a.m. here, this meditation is going through the whole world. When it's 4 a.m. in another country, we are sleeping here. That meditation is penetrating the whole world with the Supreme Father and the 5 elements of matter and every soul in this universe. Because others are not interested in serving the world. Because we can serve the world through the mind as well, physically serve and give the knowledge and yoga power. Yoga power means taking power from God into your soul and rating this frequency of energy to all souls in this universe. And how many people really want to perform this charity to heal the world?
Very few.
Very few, very few. So this is why it is said, God only needs a handful of souls to help Him, and the rest of the world benefits. Like the way in Australia or many countries, about only 10% of the population are working. The rest are sitting back and receiving the taxes in one way or the other. That's being charity provided by the government. So this is how it is. A very handful of souls also sustain the old world with the Creator. Those who love God will choose to change, will become pure, will let go of the vices, the bad habits. Yeah.
So, Bhaiji, how fortunate are those souls who are seated at the roots of the tree? They are interface between the seed and the trunk, the rest of the tree.
Yes.
And they are the ones who draw energy from the supreme seed and sustain whole tree.
Yes.
It's so wonderful. After knowing about something about these roots, tell us something about the trunk of the tree. Any tree will have only one trunk, not two or many trunks.
Okay.
So what is one exactly, represented by which religion? And also, it's not only religious, variety forms of religion tree, but I could see in this tree, even the ages are being shown, Bhaiji, here.
Yeah.
You have to explain about the ages also. And first of all, let us know what this trunk is known as and which religion is represented by this trunk.
Okay. All those who help God at the beneath of the tree, which is sustaining the whole world and all religions, their fruit is in abundance. Anyone make elevated effort, what happens? Their fruit they receive is also very elevated, and they receive a happy life. So what is heaven? Heaven is full of happiness, peace, prosperity, health, wealth, everything. Yeah? So they will go up into the land of liberation, into the soul world, where all souls and the supreme souls reside after the after this forthcoming destruction. Yeah? Because after the Iron Age, we now in the Diamond Age. Between Iron Age and Golden Age, there has to be a destruction to destroy all impurities, all irreligious acts. Yeah? So all souls will go up to the soul world, gain the power, and they will come down number-wise into the Golden Age. Yeah?
In the beginning of the cycle.
At the beginning of the cycle, which is day 1, month 1, year 1. That's the true calendar of the cycle. But because the world has changed and there was a destruction, people use the Mayan calendar and also the Christian calendar. We are using the Christian calendar now.
Yeah.
Yeah? So one way to perceive the eternal world drama cycle in its completeness is through the symbol of the tree. The tree symbolizes a process of growth and expansion. From a tiny seed to a solid, huge structure of branches, twigs and leaves. And the tree is a perfect example of our story here on earth.
Yeah.
But the seed of the tree is the Supreme Soul, God, our Heavenly Father. And He is the only one that knows the whole knowledge from the beginning through to the middle and through to the end. And so too, as the whole blueprint of the whole tree is contained within that seed, so too the whole knowledge of how life evolves is contained within Him, the Father, the Supreme Seed. So everything, the old world changes into the new world through knowledge. Yeah? So as you mentioned, from the root you get the trunk. Yeah? The solid, huge trunk is made, if you look in the picture, it's made up of souls from the Golden Age and the Silver Ages. Its oneness is represented in one religion, one language, one culture, one system of government, one rule. All oneness, one ocean, one land. Landmass was one at that time.
And which religion was existing at that time?
This was the deity religion.
Original eternal deity religion.
Yes, original eternal deity religion.
We
Everyone.
call it as Adi Sanatan Devi Devata Dharam.
Yes, in Hindi.
Yeah.
So everyone here was born through the pure power of thought. Yeah, no lust, no greed, no anger, no vices, no hospitals, no judges, magistrates, no courts.
Hospitals.
Yes. There are no churches, temples, priests, rituals. Religion is their practical life. Their bodies, the temples. These residents of heaven themselves, imbued with God's qualities, are later called gods and goddesses, deities. Yeah? So, deities rule the whole world. God does not come and rule in the land of heaven. No. He gives this fruit to His children. He makes them into gods and goddesses. That is why Bharat or India, they refer to the deities as gods and goddesses. Because they have become God-like, equal to God in knowledge, power, treasures, virtues, purity, no vices. So, but as the ages fall, yeah, anything pure and new has to become old.
Yeah.
So after 2,500 years, the number one couple, Radha and Krishna, becomes Adam and Bibi, Adam and Eve. In Christianity, It's remembered Adam and Eve have eaten the forbidden fruit. What is the forbidden fruit?
An apple.
An apple. Apple symbolizes lust. Yeah? So what happens in the 2,500 year mark? When this happens, the second destruction takes place. The one world, one ocean, one land, one religion disintegrate into countries, continents and islands. These deities are fallen angels. When they become impure, the population increases. Yeah? What is the solid youth trunk going to do at this time?
Divided into different branches.
It's going to branch outwards.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, this is the time when deities call themselves Hindus. There is no such religion as the Hindu religion. Yeah? Because...
when they fall from their original highest religion of purity,
yes.
they then started calling themselves as Hindus.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Yes. So when the deity religion ceases to exist, all the other religions come on board. When the deity religion exists, no other religion exists. This is heaven on earth. The same land becomes heaven and the same land becomes hell. Now Bharat is hell. India is hell. There's poverty, there's rape, there's so much of anger, fighting, corruption. Someone has to put a stop to this.
Yes.
However,
no human being has got any power to put a stop.
God does not cause sorrow. God gives each soul a choice. You choose either negative or positive. God never interferes in your karma. Each one creates their own future and fortune and their own destination. They can never blame God or blame anyone else.
He is giving us offer,
Yeah.
That's why it is saying goes like, Bhaiji ki, if you offer, then you receive offerings, blessings in return.
So after the golden age, silver age comes the copper age, the branches. Yeah.
But one thing I would like to ask you a question, Bhaiji, as you said, like once this deity religion, stopped to exist, the branches, the religion of different branches will come into existence.
Yeah.
How is that possible? Without the trunk, how other branches are going to be immersed?
Have you seen a banyan tree?
Yeah.
A banyan tree is symbolic of this as well. It loses its trunk. Yeah? It's sustained in a different way. A banyan tree. Likewise, this tree also, the trunk is gone, the deity religion is gone, but those deities have become Hindus. When the Hindus indulge in lust, all other religions come from these deities. You understand? So Jesus Christ was the last pure born. Virgin Mary, if you trace her grandparents backwards, they will come from the deity religion, the pure religion. But people do not know. The world started from one couple. But in the East and the West, they know that the world started from one couple. So this is how reproduction took place. The population increased. But sex last, they identified with the bodies. They got pleasure. They started copulating. And the population started to increase. So the branches is the copper age. Yeah. This is the age when people separate themselves. Yeah. This is the age of worship and duality. true values are gradually replaced by artificial ones. In an effort to regain the bliss of the former state of the world, the golden and silver ages, the extent of the search spreads. The solid, huge trunk branches outwards, and gradually the population increases. This is after the first destruction. Human beings wander off to different lands, different parts of the world, in the search of God, because they know they were happy. They want this happiness. They were searching. The search starts here in the last 2,500 years. Oh, purifier, please come and purify us and make us happy. So devotion starts. Blind faith starts. The search in every corner, in the river, in the tree, the moon, the sun, the stars, the rain, the stone. Founders of religion, gurus, they bow down to man. They look at dead. So all this happened from the copper and iron ages. So, our brothers in New Zealand, Maori, originated from this land because there was perfect spring in the golden and silver ages. Everyone was biscuit color, beautiful, natural beauty. No need for makeup. Our brothers in Australia, Aboriginals. Our brothers in Africa, African. Because the 5 elements of matter split into different zones with different temperatures. Obviously, our African brother will be black, dark skin, curly hair, flat nose, small nose because the hair is warm. But our brother in the UK, long nose, fair skin, blue eyes, blonde hair, because it's cold. Yeah, a long nose to warm the air. So, our brother in America, red Indian. Yeah, so all originated from this one land, who were masters of the world. So now, those are the branches of the Copper Age. The 4 main religions come in the Copper Age: Islamism or Judaism, Buddhism, Christianity, and Muhammad, Muslims. They all come in the Copper Age. Scriptures were written in the Copper Age by man. The great prophet souls established their various religions. What they said and did is what will become their religious scriptures. These branches become the basis of the scriptures. Each branch is a religious path with its own set of beliefs, codes, truths, rituals, ethics, and so on, which attract many followers, but they are branches growing in different directions away from the seed of the truth.
After explaining about these branches, Maji, we want to know very deep, in this aspect. Also, I can see it is subdivided into small twigs and, so many leaves. What all these represent here?
Okay, leaves of the tree means souls of the tree. Yeah. As I said, the first 2 leaves is the number 1 couple who were after God, right? The twigs and leaf represents the Iron Age, Kali Yuga. This is the age of ignorance and darkness. Blind faith leads souls further into degradation and further away from God, the seed of truth. The 4 main religions subdivide into more branches. They too become diversified and disunified. In the spiritual confusion, many cults, sects, and isms also emerge. The last twig on the tree is extremely distant from the seed. Yeah? Our lives and relationships becomes devoid of real love, peace, and happiness. Life is controlled by vice. Societies develop, motivated by the ever-growing demand for material goods. Difference in opinions dominate individual families, communities, and nations. Science develops the means of mass destruction. Religion becomes involved in the accumulation of wealth and temporal power. Natural calamities increases. Premature death, accidents, illnesses, mental suffering, diseases makes life a veritable hell. The world is divided by color, sex, religion, and politics. People become enslaved by their sense organs, yet pray to God to remove their suffering. However, the ever-increasing peacelessness turns more and more people towards God, the Supreme Soul. But without knowing Him, they remain powerless.
And remain far distant from God.
They're searching for God. And this need provides a fertile ground for the emergence of pseudo-gods or god-men who add to the confusion with new and fashionable interpretations of traditional teachings. People are inspired to accept some boon offered or some fear due to these fake pseudo-gods. So each soul hangs helplessly on a leaf and a twig in what it believes in. What they believe in the Iron Age is what they're listening from others, not from the Supreme Father. Only this Brahman religion, the Brahman culture, takes the absolute truth and explains this to the rest of the world. Thus we see the nature of growth and expansion as symbolized by the tree of life. The movement from strength to weakness, from new to old, prevails around us. An old tree is ubiquitous, destined to die, but not before its seeds releases potential new life. And its creation is not out of nothing, but the renewal, recreation, the replenishment of the present spiritual energy in the old tree that becomes new again. And this is the role of the eternal seed, the Supreme Soul. As we become renewed, replenished, recreated, we become the new life together with the seed, the Supreme Seed. We begin to take power and serve the new growth.
Okay, so wonderful, Bhaiji, really. At this, depth of hell, this Kali Yuga, we see many people are suffering poverty. And nowadays, though, after seeing this coronavirus, people have become so fearful. They have lost their hope in their life.
Yes.
So now, after this transformation where God Himself, the eternal seed, is going to bring this about, and let us, I could see one more thing here in the tree, at the top, like two flags.
Yes.
What is that two flags represented by? I think mostly this is Russia and America. And what spiritual aspect this holds in the tree?
You see, if you look at the top of the tree, that means we are at the end of the Iron Age.
Yeah.
This tree is going to decay now. All souls have to prepare for the return journey to go back home, because we are at the end of the 5,000 years. Precisely, we do not have much time to make effort, because in the last 10 to 15 years, it says the great Mahabharat war, the Third World War, will start. And we are reaching this point. Together with this, a lot of natural calamities will occur. Diseases, famine, drought, torrential rain, tsunamis will help to clean this world. However, this is predestined in the drama. God does not create this. But look at the world is shown as hell. Yeah, hell means the Iron Age Kali Yuga. See who's sitting on top.
Shankara.
Shankar. Yeah, the Father's three right-hand men is Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar.
They
These
are
are
also referred as, three angels in Bible in the West, known as Michael, Gabriel, and
Raphael.
Raphael.
Michael, Gabriel, and
And
Raphael. Yes. He has three right-hand men. And this one is the middle one who audits.
The last one
The last one who audits.
inspires these people.
Actually,
Others.
don't inspire, because this is predestined in the drama. He audits those with love and no love. That's all he does.
Acha.
He directs, is a director, because someone has to, if you a teacher in the school, you have to issue a certificate for each one. Those who have studied well and those who didn't study. Batch will go to the new class, one batch will not go to the new class. So auditor, a teacher is an auditor for this part. Yeah. So God does not inspire any suffering. We have to remember this. This is predestined in the drama. So you look at the two cats on the top. There's two flags. Which country it represents?
Russia and America.
These are the two big brothers of the world. God gave man a hand. He clenched it into a fist. God gave man a stick. He used it on his own brother. God gave man a knife. He used it on his own brother. God gave man a gun. He used it on man. Is a gun dangerous?
No,
Is a knife dangerous?
never.
Yeah. Where does violence start?
In the mind of a person.
In the mind. Due to one man's ego, millions suffer. Take example Idi Amin and Hitler. Their war was violent. This is the Third World War, the final war. Every country is accumulating nuclear weapons. Do not think a nuclear weapon is for storage at this time of the cycle. Due to one man's ego, it's a push-button war. Yeah? This nuclear weapons, we have to bless it. So, it displaces the soul from the body painlessly. So, this is why we have to take power from God and bless those who are going to create terror, war, because they are here to cleanse this dirty world.
Helping God in a way.
Yeah. So these two brothers in the West.
Bhayaji, just now as you said, we have to bless these five elements of, these weapons
Yes.
to create painless death,
Yes. Yes.
Don't you think we have to bless even five elements of matter and also people, those who are suffering in pain and sorrow? So, in order to do such a great charity action, I need to know how this blessing part can be done. And along with that,
Okay.
I want to know one more thing.
Mhm.
Like as you said, we are preparing for the return journey.
Right.
When all souls leave their bodies at the end of, after this destruction, how they are going to be represented in the soul world?
Okay. Let me show you that slide first, the soul world, which is slide number 4. Yeah. Take a look. All souls are situated in the soul world in their own compartment according to their own religion, but just as points of light. Yeah. But look on top is the Supreme Soul, the Creator. This is the bodiless image. This is the home of all souls and the Supreme Soul. And this is the land of liberation. And this is where souls come down. Yeah. So founders of religion are there to bring the souls down. That's all they do. So the followers will follow down into the physical plane. So if you also look at this tree of souls, it's inverted as compared to the tree as we saw before. Yeah. So those souls who are closest to God on top, these are the ones who made elevated effort to be pure, clean, egoless, lustless, viceless. So they are closer to God. So these are the roots and the trunk of the souls of the golden and silver ages. So as you see, when the population increases, this part of the tree expands exponentially. So it gradually comes down, and now there's just a few souls in the soul world. So 8.5 billion souls are on the playing field. Yeah, not many souls on the soul world. When the last soul comes down, destruction is ready, so all souls will go back up again. But it's important to remember the Creator. Just say, for example, we want peace. Yeah? What would we do to attain peace? We will either go up to the mountain, yeah, but unfortunately at this moment in time, we cannot go up to the mountain. So we use our mind to travel. We travel to the mountain and we can feel this breeze, the coolness, relaxed. Or we bring the mountain into the mind. Likewise, God teaches us how to use our mind. Firstly, to get rid of all negativity in the mind and swing your mind from negative to positive. And this is when the mind becomes clean and pure, the body also becomes clean and pure. The intellect becomes powerful when we remember the Creator. So people today are remembering many different things. They remember the dead, they remember the river, the tree, the sun, the moon, the rain, gurus, they bow down to man, even stone. Devotion is to worship the 5 elements of matter, not the Creator. From the Copper Age to the Iron Age, man has forgotten the Creator. That is why he starts to remember everything else but the Creator. So this is why God Shiva, Allah, Jehovah, the Supreme Soul, descends in the last 100 years of the cycle. Known as the most auspicious confluence age, the Diamond Age, also known as Sangam Yuga. As we said, 4,984 years have passed. Now the Father is saying we have to make elevated effort, because when He releases the soul down, He releases it absolutely pure. Yeah. Have you seen an onion cut in half?
Yeah.
It's got layers. So at the end of the Iron Age, everyone has got the layers of vices, layers of anger, layers of greed, layers of attachment, layers of ego, layers of lust, layers of negativity, layers of jealousy, layers of gossiping, and so on and so forth. All the Father is asking of each and every soul in order to claim the inheritance of health, wealth and prosperity. Please remove these layers of your bad habits. It's to do with character. The deities had the most elevated character. So when you remove these layers, you become pure and you go back home without any difficulty. But just say, if you don't make effort before going back home into the soul world, then it creates a problem when God audits each soul. But if you become pure through elevated effort, and the only way to become pure is to take your mind away from everything physical and concentrate from soul, Atma, to Paramatma, soul to Supreme Soul. So this is why I want to ask you a question. How fast is the speed of light?
Is instantly.
Instantaneous, yes. It's absolutely fast. So when you regard yourself as a point of light, your thought power is light, and the Supreme Soul is light, the Creator, you are only one thought distant away from the Father. You can take your mind to His abode, and this is what meditation is all about. So is this physical or spiritual?
Definitely it's a physical.
Physical action. Turning the lamp, physical or spiritual?
Physical.
Physical. I have 108 beads in my hand. Yeah? Physical or spiritual?
Physical.
Physical. So I'm turning the beads. I'm counting the beads. 30% of energy is going on counting the beads. Another 30% is on my posture. Another 30% of energy is on the mantra I'm saying. So all religions turn this rosary. Yeah? But what they're saying, this is in the path of devotion, which knowledge explains this better. So, how many percent are you giving to God?
Hardly 10%.
Hardly 10%. So, what comes before action?
Thought power.
Thought power. And it's the Supreme Father teaches us about our thought. That is why in the golden and silver ages the deities are born through the pure power of thought. And when we steer our mind from negative to positive, we are making the soul elevated, the body elevated, the 5 elements of matter elevated. So, point to point, the Father is saying, if you really want power, spiritual strength, spiritual energy, bypass the physical, bypass the dead, bypass man, bypass the 5 elements of matter, the river, the tree, the founders of religion, and come straight up to Him. And the beauty of this is you can practice anytime whilst your hands are doing the work, whilst you're driving, just take your mind up to the Supreme Abode, where the Father sits. This is His place.
Bypassing all the creation of Him.
Yes.
And we go back to the Creator.
The Creator. So, when the soul concentrates on the Supreme Soul, because He is ever pure. As I said, if you remember a friend, all the bad habits and the good habits rub off onto you. Yeah? People are remembering creation and the 5 elements of matter, but they don't know at the end of the Iron Age, everything is impure and tamo pradhan. So they are taking purities as well as impurities. There's only one entity is absolutely pure in this universe, and He is outside the outside the cycle of birth and death, and it has to be the Creator.
Yeah.
If He took birth and death, then He would experience suffering.
Yeah.
Founders of religion can be beaten, but the Father is bodiless. He can never ever be beaten. And this is the beauty of remembering the Creator, our Divine Father.
The bestower of happiness.
The bestower of happiness, the remover of sorrow. The bestower of liberation. The bestower of giving you health, wealth and prosperity. This is the inheritance by remembering Him at this time, because matter, drama is saying to the Father, I'm going to give way anytime. Warn your children. As you know, the tectonic plates are in friction and heat is generating. The world is going to crack. So no one is thinking about this. What do I do to prepare myself before I leave the body? So we choose to leave our body in happiness. Yeah? So this is why the Father is saying, concentration power makes the soul pure and powerful. So concentrate only on the Father and no one else. Remove your mind from any bodily beings and regard them as brother souls. Yeah? And take your mind only to the Creator. Remembering something pure will make your mind, intellect, subconscious mind, your body, the soul, absolutely pure. And then we have taken out our bad karma. So God does not interfere in anyone's karma. He says, you have a choice to choose between negative and positive. You will suffer the consequences of your own actions. So, our divine sweet Father is teaching us how to perform pure actions. So he says, first, think before you think. Watch your thought. If it's negative, do not perform that action, because you will create a bad karmic account in your balance sheet. He says, maintain pure positive thought so your actions can become pure, because the world is corrupted now. When your actions are pure, your fruit is elevated. So he teaches us how to live an elevated life. This is why the deities have the highest civilization, the highest culture, art and sciences. Scientists cannot match the science that was in the Golden Age and Silver Ages. This is an unlimited aspect. So the world is going to change through this method of the New World Order, through the Creator, because He is giving us knowledge. But however, He does not create sorrow. He is warning us. This is predestined in the drama. Famine, drought, torrential rain, diseases, like our corona has come to warn us. Earthquakes, tsunamis. Tsunamis is a huge helper of God, because it will wipe out all the dirty cities and towns. This is what it does. It's a cleansing of the old dirty world. It happens naturally. Final is the Third World War, which is the final nuclear war. It's a push button war. Due to one man's ego, millions suffer. Yeah? So, the people in the West, as we mentioned, they are accumulating nuclear weapons, as well as in the Eastern countries. All countries are accumulating these weapons. They're not made for storage.
Yeah.
So you mentioned one question about blessings. Firstly, we have to transform ourselves, make ourselves pure and elevated. Then only we can issue blessings. But if we performing impure activities, we cannot give blessings. Yeah, the soul has to resonate at the highest frequency of God's love. God only works through love and nothing else but love. He does not work through intimidation or fear or anything. Only love. If we love ourselves, our family, our friends, we will love the whole world. Yeah? But people today are biting each other, gossiping, causing sorrow. So the Father is saying we have to put a stop to this, full stop. Because those are His children. If you're creating sorrow for someone here, how can you bless someone else?
But people in this world, Bhaiji, they have taken this love, mistaken for physical love.
Yes.
But they don't know what is true spiritual love.
Yeah. As we come down the cycle, virtues become vices. Virtues lose its power. So love initially is spiritual, very elevated and spiritual. There is no bodily action involved. Only in the copper and iron ages this love becomes physical. And however, it's predestined to increase the population. So because now the tree has gone old, the population is increased. There has to be a limit, because there's no jobs, no food, shortage of everything. So drama will put a stop to it. But our Father is warning us how to do it. So once we have this meditation, especially 4 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock, 1 hour's meditation makes the soul absolutely powerful. Another 1 hour from 6:30 to 7:30 in the evening. But in the meantime, half an hour, spend 5 minutes on concentrating on the Creator. And even when you sleep, sleep with the Creator, not with anyone else. This is very important, because your mind should go to the Creator and be in the supreme abode with the Creator. After this yoga, you will find you becoming light, easy, powerful. Then only you can give these blessings to your family, your friends, your neighbors, to the whole wide world, to all 5 elements of matter, to all transport and the drivers, to all evil souls, ghost souls, and all souls who are suffering and experiencing sorrow in this world. But first you bless your family. Charity begins at home, and then you bless the outside. Through this, the 5 elements of matter will become your friend. Yeah? People also will become your friend, because you're sharing this love in a subtle frequency. They are being touched by it, and they also return this love back. So this is the tactic. But also, when we bless the weapons of mass destruction, these weapons are there to displace the souls from the bodies. They will have a painless death. Yeah? Even if you bless the water in the ocean, even the tsunami will create a painless death. The soul has the power to bless the 5 elements of matter.
Okay, fine. So beautiful, Bhaiji. We came to
So look at that slide 6. Yeah, this is how the soul in the body takes power from the Supreme Soul.
Thank you, Bhaiji, for especially giving the method, to showing the method to bless the 5 elements and also bless oneself. Without you blessed yourself, like charity begins at home.
Yes.
The charity starts from me,
Yes, yes.
So after being blessed, we can really in the position to bless whole world out there.
Absolutely.
But the most important, although it's last question, but not least one, tell me something about, Bhaiji, about this day after Christmas. After spiritual day, we get a Boxing Day.
Oh, it's like contradicting each other. Yeah, okay.
What is boxing all about? Is it to do with violence, or is it a game, or is it really boxing, or is it a battle? Please give explanation on boxing all about, Bhaiji.
If I tell you God teaches us how to box, you will think it's violence.
Yeah.
There are 2 wars. One war is in the mind. All those who become spiritual will fight a mental war. Yeah? All those who become evil and not spiritual, they will fight a physical war of bloodshed. Yeah? So you will find as you becoming spiritual, this is why it's after Christmas. Christmas is a very great spiritual event. And thereafter is Boxing Day. God is saying, when you become spiritual, you now have to fight Satan, the devil, Maya, Ravan, many names for the devil in many different cultures. So the war is incognito. The Father is incognito, your thought power is incognito, the devil is incognito, the spirit, the soul is incognito, meaning that it cannot be seen with the physical eyes, but it's existing. Love is incognito, you can't see it, but you can feel it. Yeah. So as you become spiritual, Maya will box you. The devil will box you. Satan will box you. But you cannot just be beaten. You have to fight back and take control of the mind. Oh, this is negative energy. What shall I do? Shall I go with it? Because the Father said no. Some people, the devil is very strong. Also as powerful as the Father. But these two forces, negative and positive, are there to give you an elevated number. It's there to test you. Which way you sway, accordingly the fruit would be in your life, in the next birth and the next birth and the next birth. So we have to try our level best not to perform any negative thoughts, negative deeds, negative actions, because we want the return of very beautiful fruit. So this is why people cannot understand why they're suffering. Suffering is caused by something bad done in the past. So now God says, put a full stop. End the suffering by imbibing this knowledge, virtues, powers, treasures, and take control of the mind. This is why in the Gita it says God speaks.
Yeah. Man manabha.
Yeah. The only scripture,
Bhagwan what he says.
yes, that says God speaks. And now God is speaking the true Gita at the end of the cycle of 5,000 years before the new world order. So he teaches us a beautiful mantra. Be mine with your mind. So likewise we said, take your mind to God or bring God in your mind. Maya, Ravan, the devil, Satan, Shaitan can never ever affect you when you have God in your mind.
Yeah.
They will be afraid because you are close to the Creator. The Creator can come into the devil's world, but the devil cannot go into the Creator's world. This is the beauty of life.
Yeah.
So this is the method to box and fight the devil, Shaitan, Maya, Ravan. Knock him off completely. But however, at the end only he'll be knocked out. In the meantime, he is there to give you a test paper. Yeah. Every time your mind wanders, is in front of you to test your faith. So he will be here fighting you till the very end. And the end, you'll receive your you'll receive your inheritance, the reward of the effort you made to fight Ravan, Maya, the devil. So this is how each one's status is number-wise and elevated. Can you imagine if the whole world was black or white or elevated or poor? How boring this world will be. That is why each of the 8.5 billion souls are number-wise in the elevated method of being close to God or the devil. On this note, on behalf of our Creator, our Divine Father, I send you lots of love, joy, peace, happiness, good wishes, and God's richest blessings.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, Bhaiji. I was always thinking about this boxing,
Yes.
But for giving us such a beautiful explanation, many, many thanks. And now we'll have a short meditation commentary.
Yes.
Because
okay.
This is what the effort we have to do to remove our layers of so many negativities and also to bless ourselves and the world.
Okay. Let's start the commentary.
Om Shanti. Sit back and relax. Let the consciousness be focused on the self. I, the soul, a loving child of Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, the Almighty Authority, the eternal living seed of the tree of life, which is also known as the Kalpa tree or the tree of the variety forms of religions. Seated beneath the tree, at the roots, and having to connect myself with my beloved Father, I gave nourishment and sustenance to the whole tree. I begin to draw the water of love from my supreme seed and all other nutrients of joy, peace, happiness, bliss, truth, and feed up through the trunk, the branches, the twigs and leaves, whilst remaining detached from the branches and the leaves. I fill myself with the power of the Supreme Father, and continue to give nourishment to the whole tree. The light, the might, the powers and the virtues from the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, the most compassionate and merciful one, and His cooperative children at the roots, give sustenance to the entire tree for the future 5,000 years. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.